Welcome back to the Full Time Ultras. This is the Premier League preview show, and we've got another jam-packed Premier League week to look forward to. We've got the boys back. Mr. Raghav, how are you?
क्या बोले?
सेम चीज बोलेगा क्या वापस लास्ट टाइम जैसा? कुछ इनोवेटिव, ट्राई समथिंग मोर इनोवेटिव, नो?
जब टीम ही इनोवेटिव नहीं है तो मैं इनोवेटिव बोल के क्या करूंगा?
वाओ. बट वी एनीवे
पिच पे इनोवेशन नहीं दिख रहा है तो हम क्या करेंगे? इनोवेटिव बोलने का क्या फायदा है?
तो दैट मींस यू डोंट हैव एनीथिंग इनोवेटिव टू से?
नो, जस्ट लाइक मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड्स मिडफील्ड.
Okay, brilliant. But okay, we've got a debut for you guys. Someone new on the podcast. His first attempt at doing something useful. I don't know how he's going to do, but
sexy as always.
Mr. Ritabrata Ghosh.
Did you?
Urf Riku.
Okay.
Liverpool fan. So we do have friends who are Liverpool fans, and it's your debut.
Yeah.
Not mentally stable, but Liverpool fans.
So
Yeah.
first
Yes.
time on the show.
How do I feel?
How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel great. I'm honored. It's been my lifelong dream since the last 2 weeks, and it's
Lifelong
kind
dream
of
since the last 2 weeks.
yeah,
Wow.
Want to jump
kind of in tears right now. There's but
अपना मेकअप की पेन क्या उसमें से कर ले मेकअप.
nahi.
Excited to give your pro Liverpool takes on the show today. I'm sure you have a lot to say.
Pro Liverpool.
Yeah,
Sure.
no, I'm more
The
excited
only
about
take he has is sell VVD.
Yeah, sell him. I think it's not worth it
Okay,
anymore.
we'll
I
get to.
think we've got it on camera for the first time ever. So I think it's
Yeah,
it's
also
time it goes out on YouTube.
Should I just say football is dead? But already.
Yeah,
That's what you're going to do for the next 55 minutes.
Yes.
ये फालतू बातें छोड़ते हैं. Let's move ahead. Mr. Aditya, how are you?
Fine. How are you?
How was
So formal, write a mail
so
about
formal,
it.
That only na. How
Yeah.
was
You asked the question.
The-
Regards.
how was
Regards.
the Champions League viewing last night?
Entertaining.
Entertaining.
Yeah.
What game were you following?
I was trying to follow 3 games at once. So I ended up following none of them, to be honest.
So
But
you were
yeah.
just like switching between
Yeah,
games.
I was switching Napoli, Union, what was it? United and Copenhagen.
Hmm.
That was the most fun game I felt.
Yeah. What a multitasker. Anyway, let's get into
Shahan, I
the.
have a question for you. How was last night for you? Because I know how it was for me.
That's what
How
she
was it for
said.
you?
I'll give you my feelings when we go talk about Manchester United.
Yeah.
So I think since we've already hit on United, I think there's only one place to start off with, the biggest game of the weekend. It's the Manchester derby, Manchester United versus Manchester City. We'll start off with this Manchester United fan over here. So you saw the game last night. What did you make of Manchester United?
What were we doing? What were we even trying? I think second half
We were better.
a little better.
Yeah.
I think Eriksen changed the game for us again,
Hmm.
as was the case against Galatasaray.
Yeah.
He changed the game for us again. But I don't see that bite. I don't see that vigor in that midfield that you need.
Since last
Amrabat-
year.
Since last year.
Yeah.
I think last year we had that. Bruno, Casemiro, Eriksen, they were delivering.
Hmm.
And with the arrival of Amrabat and Mount,
Hmm.
I was expecting that will go to the next level that is required
Hmm.
to challenge for more titles. That is the Premier League and the Champions League.
Yeah.
But that hasn't happened. We have regressed. We
Yeah.
seriously regressed.
Aditya, what do you think is the reason what's the reason stopping Manchester United this season? Why do you think they've regressed?
I'm actually quite surprised because, I guess a lot of your key players are not performing.
Hmm.
Like from last season, Casemiro, Lisandro, Rashford. I'm astonished by
There's something wrong with Rashford,
how
right? There's
water drop off from him from last
season where everything he touched was like you would get you off your seats when he was on the ball.
And Casemiro looks a bit off the pace. Lisandro has been suspect for a few goals that y'all have conceded.
Yeah.
And Rashford's decision making in the final third.
There's
very
something.
poor.
Lisandro has been dealing with an injury ever since the start of the season.
Oh,
And he
okay. I did
succumbed
not
to
know.
it. And in the Arsenal game, he succumbed to that injury.
He got that same injury back
Yeah.
again.
Okay.
Against
His
Sevilla.
bone wasn't healed
Yeah.
on his metatarsal. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it was a
yeah.
metatarsal
Alright.
injury. So he's gone back. Riku, your Liverpool take on the situation that's going on with Manchester United right
Here
now.
we
What do you
go.
make of it?
Here you?
I don't know. I think it starts off with the entire dilemma. Or like, I don't understand what's wrong with the midfield as of now.
Yeah.
Because there's a serious lack of creativity. But then Scotty McTominay comes in and randomly scores a couple of goals.
Yeah.
And that's what his forte is, maybe.
Yeah.
He was a striker in the academy for them.
I didn't know that.
But
Yeah. He started off as a striker.
Yeah, I mean, the guy just comes off the bench and like sort of scores random
Yeah.
goals. Although I wouldn't say he's a complete packaged kind of a CDM.
Yeah.
But that's what I think is wrong with United at this point. Because first of all, their front line is not kicking. I mean, Rashford has been way off color.
Yeah.
And people like Eriksen have to come in even at this day and age to save games. That's not what we expect of United. But I think the buys have to be better. Probably in January. I don't know if what's the situation.
No, there's no.
How the
we can't spend.
evolution of their
Yeah.
buying saga will go on. I don't know. But then somebody needs to come in and like inject some creativity, because
Yeah.
that's seriously
There has to
missing.
be a proper sporting
Yeah,
setup.
I haven't seen like good 1-2 plays that United used to have. Like there used to be like very flashy counter attacks.
Yeah.
Anthony running down the wing. We have Rashford going crazy.
But the thing was last season there was that.
Yeah, that was happening.
It was
But
happening, but
that's
then
talking about the drop
it's
of this
basically
I'm talking. I'm
Yeah,
talking about
this season,
Because
exactly.
after the World Cup, I remember those crazy attacks by United, just turning the game on
Yeah.
its own. I mean, though that's the kind of pace you would expect. But this season, it's all been like, hey, let me just pass around the ball. So what I've noticed, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. You guys have seen much more United games than me, but the few United games I've seen, they're trying to build it.
there's
in
a
the
slight change of. So last season, what happened is what I noticed was Eric Ten Hag. You remember the first two games where we were battered.
Yeah.
So Ten Hag started to play like the way he wanted to play, was
Yeah.
build up from the back,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that Ajax
Yeah,
way, and then it went
It's not
crazy
happening.
in
Yeah,
the first two games. We
Yeah.
got battered at Brentford,
Yeah.
and then Ten Hag was like, let's switch to what
we
United
were
do
doing.
best. Let's start playing long. Let's start like playing on the counter. Let's start using our wide men, and that's how the season progressed for us. But I think now what's happening is, I think for me, as a United fan, I think there are 4 places where it's gone wrong.
Yeah.
Number one is that the takeover.
Hmm.
So I don't know, like even in a normal company, when
Yeah.
you're working and
Yeah.
when there's uncertainty over the company,
It just ruins the vibe.
it ruins the vibe around the
Yeah.
whole place and the whole setup. We'll talk more about the takeover in a future special episode, which we are planning to do. But number one, I'll just say is the takeover. It just spoils the mood. Number two is there is no good sporting department over us, right?
Yeah.
We don't have people like Liverpool, like Chelsea. You have a setup of people who have been well versed, who know more about the sporting side of things. We have bankers
Yeah.
doing the sporting side of our
Yeah.
club. That's why Jim Ratcliffe wants to take control of the club and get in his own people with expertise. Number 3 is that I think last season Manchester United have played too much of football.
Yeah.
I saw that
Maybe.
with Liverpool last
yeah.
season, is that your
It hurts
start,
you. Yeah.
because I remember the season prior to that, y'all competed in all 4 competitions. Y'all went into every final of the
Yeah.
competition, and we kind of did that as well last season. And plus we had the World Cup in middle, which kind of haunted us more because we were playing 3 games for 3 to 4 months
yeah,
straight. So that hampered us.
Hmm.
And we've had a lot of injuries. So I can understand continuous changing in the defense, continuous changing in midfield. We haven't been able to place a proper number 11.
Yeah.
So I think that's something which is hampering us. But Raghav, there are 2 unlikely heroes that have stood out, especially in the last 2 to 3 games. One particular man is Mr. Harry Maguire. He's had a tough 2 years, I would say, in a United shirt. What has happened to Harry Maguire? How has he like turned this around? Like, obviously, I don't want to judge him on 2 games, but he's been way too good.
I'm pleasantly surprised that he's playing this well.
Yeah.
I'm pleasantly surprised. But the thing is, he's just taken the opportunity that has come his way. He's done nothing special. He's just that Lisandro is not there. Johnny Evans
Yeah.
is not good enough to play every game. So he'll come in. and Lindelof is he's deputizing as a left back. So the only defender left to play at centre back is Harry Maguire. So he's just taken his opportunity, nothing else. I think his approach has changed. Last season, I despised him for his comments that what to say. He made some bizarre comments that this season
I don't
also,
need to prove anything.
he don't. I don't need to prove anything. Then this season, he brought up the win percentage. Like, that doesn't matter. The games he's played is against minnow teams.
Yeah.
And Eric Ten Hag used him in cup games
Yeah.
against the likes of Charlton, and those teams.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You'll obviously win 15 out of 16 games. And the one game we lost with him in the starting 11
Yeah.
was the quarter-final second leg against Sevilla,
Hmm.
where it mattered the most.
Correct.
I think that his approach has changed. He is
There's a little bit of confidence
there is
in
confidence.
his.
I think, and that also I would say that Ten Hag is instilling that confidence in him. That if you play this way, you can be a regular in this 11. So I
So
think that's the contributing.
yeah,
factor.
so actually that leads on to something I wanted to ask you all. Where do you all go from here? Where do you all go from now when Lisandro gets back? When he's fit?
Relegation.
Lisandro 100% comes back into the team
I
because
think the main competition right now, if you ask me, if Lisandro comes back in January, I would say Lisandro will play the left centre back,
Yeah.
and the right centre back will be between Rafael Varane
Uh,
and Harry Maguire.
for me, Varane starts over Maguire any day when both the defenders are back because the partnership Varane
yeah.
complements Lisandro
Yeah.
very well. Varane has a lot of pace,
Okay.
which Harry Maguire does not.
No, he's
And
exposed to
likewise, Lisandro's ability on the ball is like one of the best in the world, right? So they complement each other very well, which I think Harry Maguire does not. The problem with Harry Maguire is he thinks he's too good to be sitting on the bench. And I feel he's too good for that as well. That's the reason why this summer I was like, I think you should leave. You should go to a team where you're playing regularly and feature. I think he would do fantastically well in a team like West Ham with a low block because I
Yeah.
think Maguire as a player excels very well. But we'll move on to another player who's kind of had a little bit of redemption yesterday, Andre
Yeah.
Onana. What did you make of his performance?
more, I mean, solid. He made a couple of really good
One
saves.
save
as well.
was really good.
The reaction save on his right side, I believe.
Yeah.
It was a good save. It was probably a confidence thing because like he let a few shots slip through his hands in the early,
Yeah.
and like it's like for keepers those kinds of errors they're scrutinized a lot more.
And at United more.
And United
Yeah.
for sure, and even like as keepers, like because every mistake is more costly. Like as a striker,
Yeah.
you miss a chance, you'll get
You
few
get
more.
another chance, but
Exactly.
for a goalkeeper, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
If as good like if conceded a goal 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
So in that sense, there's a lot more scrutiny, and maybe it hadn't helped him, but he seems to have regained some of that confidence.
Yeah.
And if he can do the shot stopping at a decent level, I think that will turn out to be a
We
good
all
signing.
know his abilities.
His-
he can do it,
the
right?
His main ability though is his
distribution.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean that we've been seeing from the get-go, I feel. He's so composed, you really can't press him.
Can't.
It's
yeah.
very difficult to get him to like mess up from
Yeah.
a press.
Riku, we'll move on to Manchester City. What do you make of Manchester City
The season.
as of now? Yeah.
I mean, that was just a stumble, those couple of games, but I don't think it's going to affect the season at all. I mean, the way they have been playing, they're very composed. They know how to win. That's the,
Yeah.
I don't know. Should I say that's the problem? But I mean, for us, that's
For the rest
problem.
of the league, it is a
Yeah,
problem.
because like they will win no matter what it takes. So I think that's the kind of mentality they have, and they have like built like a crazy roster. I don't know that guy Doku, right? I mean, where did he come from? I'm sorry. I mean,
Let's talk about Doku. Jack Grealish was a pretty prominent player for them last season on the left-hand side.
completely. I
And
mean,
now no one's talking about Grealish because Doku's
Forget
in the team. and
Grealish, Foden. I don't think anybody
no,
else.
Foden is playing
Foden's
in the
still
team
playing,
consistently.
but I think
Grealish was one of their best players last season.
And Guardiola is completely giving him the limelight. I
Yeah.
wasn't I thought that probably one of those one-off Wolves
Like
game.
a rotation.
I
player.
thought he'll be like that, but he played the last game also where people thought, okay, now Guardiola is going to play the strongest 11 possible because they have to show that they are not like stumbling or something. Because and they, I mean, he's playing every game. We have Haaland, Alvarez scoring almost every other game, and that's a sign of. I think that's their season without KDB. I don't think they have fumbled even a bit. That those two games, I don't think it's going to make even the slightest impact to their season. But I hope the Champions League pressurizes them a bit so that. But I don't see them doing too many mistakes throughout the course. So they are well on their course to win the next league. I mean,
What do you make of Manchester City, Raghav?
That team's a machine, man. Serious, it's just a machine.
But
That
to be sorry, to just to say that they have like you remember the start of last season where they were rolling teams over, and Haaland was scoring hat trick on hat trick on hat trick, but they haven't started very strongly. Like normally City don't tend to start very strong. Last year they did. They were one of the best sides, and this year also they did. They won the first 6 games, I think, right?
Yeah.
They won the first 6 games, and it's one of their best records, like at the start, and then they go on those 2
Crazy
back-to-back
runs,
defeats. Are you really like what do you make of City? Are you really scared going into the weekend or?
You're always scared when you're playing City.
Yeah,
sorry, bad
Uh,
question, but is it in Old Trafford or?
it's at
Old
Old
Trafford,
Trafford.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's at Old
Oh,
Trafford.
okay.
Hmm.
No, you're always scared when you're playing City, especially a Pep Guardiola side that has been built. And when you see that Grealish has been removed from this side and an upgrade has been brought to the team, knowing that if Jeremy Doku doesn't perform on the pitch on the day, you have Jack Grealish sitting on the bench,
Hmm.
who was one of their best performers last season. And
That's
he
the
scored
thing
at
with
Old Trafford.
City always. Yeah.
And he scored at Old Trafford.
Hmm.
But I just have that it's obviously a Manchester United bias, seeing that last season how we played at Old Trafford. I think Eric Ten Hag might just spring a surprise and he might turn the players up. The players might turn themselves up,
Hmm.
and I would say that Garnacho should start this game.
You somehow won 1-0 yesterday. Are you really saying that you can beat a United team tomorrow or like
City
this
team.
weekend? City game, the City team this weekend.
I'm not saying we can beat City. I'm saying that Eric Ten Hag might just spring a surprise and we might perform well. There's a
And do
difference
what?
between performing
And lose
well.
3-0.
There's a difference between performing well and winning.
Okay.
No, the thing is,
I mean,
Riku, we've
Everton
been
performed well,
crying for
but
a
then Konate
performance.
didn't get a red card, so they had to lose 2-0.
Don't bring Liverpool in till it's time to
Why?
get Liverpool in.
Of
No.
course, bro.
We'll-
The
we'll-
review,
we'll-
Konate
the,
had to
re-
get a red-
the
he didn't get a
review
red
show
card.
is over,
We'll
guys.
get into
We'll
Liverpool.
get there, don't worry.
Aditya, how do you think United win? Do they have a chance?
It's going to be very difficult because what Doku brings to this City side is something that they didn't really have before. Like because City really, they're like, they pass the ball around. They try to pass around people, but Doku is very.
Direct.
It's a very direct player. It's a refreshing change
Hmm.
from Pep. It's not like a player you'd associate with a Pep style team, but who plays on like Dallo plays on that side for you, right? I think that'll be an interesting battle, and like
I think this is where I'd like to say that even Grealish was that type of player.
but Grealish
was a very direct
Grealish
player.
is
but
not
No.
explosive though.
no Grealish slows the game down a lot more. Doku he gets the ball and he goes. Grealish
Doku hugs the.
Touchline.
Doku will get to the byline more.
yeah.
Grealish will always look to come
cut
in.
inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be a very tough game for United. I mean, no surprises there. I feel like the best hope was like slow block counter, and that's how y'all beat them last season, I guess.
No, actually we played pretty well last
We
season.
played Old Trafford game.
The
we
Old
played
Trafford
The
pretty
Old
well.
Trafford game. I know it was a dodgy offside call,
Yeah.
but there were a lot of opportunities United had in the first half to really
Okay.
beat City.
Yeah,
we were
maybe.
playing really
We
well
turned it
last
up.
season.
We turned it up on that day.
But Riku, do you think City thrash United on the United fans are going in this slightly scared because we've seen teams like Liverpool come, City come and
Yeah.
totally out thrash United even at Old Trafford.
Unless-
Considering how United are playing right now, injury crisis, do you think it could be one of those days?
Unless something miraculous happens, I don't see them turning up at all. Like, I think City will have most of the possession, And I think what's going to happen is probably if you get a one-off goal, like in the first
We
20
need to
minutes.
score first.
Yeah, if you score first, you'll still have like a. But the problem of scoring first is again that you'll sit back and you'll invite the entire city.
But also the problem is with United is that if other teams score first, their heads drop. That's the thing with United currently
might
also
happen,
happening.
but right now with the way, that's a problem though, because
Yeah.
City's midfield without KDB sometimes drops low.
I'd
because
rather have that first goal.
yeah.
Then go
I
behind.
think did Wolves score first this season or like?
Wolves scored
Wolves
first.
scored
Yeah,
first. Wolves
and
scored
then there
first.
was a drop in the pace at which they were even passing the ball
That
around.
Wolves game is the only hope for me where I feel that
I feel so.
maybe
See, I
you
feel
know, just to think in a more positive way.
I feel the Old Trafford crowd has to be like on top of their game.
Yeah.
If they are behind their team, I think something can happen. But if City scores first and you guys drop your shoulders, I don't think there's any
No, I
way.
think the Wolves game was because Rodri was not there.
Yeah, probably.
That's
yeah.
why.
But
But
see,
Rodri is there now.
the
that
last
midfield
game,
is-
who did City play in this weekend?
They played
Brighton.
Brighton.
They played
I
Brighton.
won 2-1. with
Dude, the
Brighton.
first 30 minutes,
City
Ro-
rolled
with-
over.
I mean, they were so comfortable because Rodri
Yeah.
was just everywhere. I mean, he just nobody else. They were just assured that boss, I'm going to get the ball. Rodri is there. Let me just go ahead and be direct, and that's what I think Haaland Alvarez did for the first couple
that's
of goals.
what Rodri does. He
Yeah.
pulls the strings in.
So
he
I
pulls the
think
strings.
if he's on song, then we're all cool. I think there's nothing. I mean, City. I don't think he's gonna. United's not gonna get much out of this game. But if City's not on song for some reason, thoda bahut down hai, so maybe.
So with that, your prediction for the game?
I'll be modest. Maybe 2-1 City. Maybe.
2-1 City.
Yeah.
Aditya?
But only if United scores first. Yeah.
I'll go 3-1 City.
3-1 City. And Raghav?
5-0 United.
I'll go for a 1-0 Manchester United win.
1-0?
1-0.
You're saying United are not going to concede?
That's bold.
Woo!
I think they'll I think they'll turn up.
Should we do another hair shaving challenge?
Yeah.
I know he
Cute,
doesn't have
cute.
much on his
Yeah, I
head
mean,
right now.
What's he going
That's
to
I
cute,
shave?
think
Raghav.
this is one of the challenge's reasons.
So are you going to do you want to bet?
No.
Why do you
I'm
not
not betting.
You were very confident on your
He's
prediction.
predicting with
Yeah,
his
but-
heart, not with his head. I'm pretty
I
sure.
mean, I just want to be positive, but
1-0 though.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a difference between positive and
delusional.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that
I,
word.
wa-
but
I want to be delusional because I want to think that Manchester United can win this
you
game.
can win.
Okay, anyway, I'll
Don't-
go with a. It hurts to say, but I'll go with a 3-1 City win as well. Like, I think
Pain.
attackingly, it hurts pain, like
Yeah.
crazy pain. Attackingly, I think there's something wrong. There's apart from Hoyland, who's like pressing his ass off.
Man, his hold up
Right?
is so good.
Rashford and Anthony or whoever plays on the wing are not able to get the service to him. So, I think attackingly United are struggling. Defensively, City's attack, I don't see, unless like you said, it's a miracle.
I think
it's hard to see United winning. this
Yeah, I
game.
think another key battle would be, like as you mentioned, Onana and his distribution and
Yeah.
the press resistance. The way City press, it's like it's suffocating. So it'll be
Exactly.
I'm very
But the
curious
thing
to
is
see
that Onana is not playing too much with his feet
Yeah,
because Lisandro is not over there.
exactly.
So
So that
you also have to have those defenders in front of you where
Yeah.
you're confident enough. Even the fullbacks,
yeah,
like Luke Shaw, is actually so good with
Yes.
with the ball at his feet. You
yeah,
know, so that's all.
yeah, but
what is restricting Onana to play a little bit long right now. So
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's going to work
but
against
that-
City
Yeah, that could work against City if you go over the top of that press. That could help you. out.
with Rashford as
Exactly.
well. So yeah,
and,
we'll have
and
to
for
see.
that, probably United should watch the Arsenal game, Arsenal City game,
Yeah,
or maybe you remember that Liverpool City game where Salah scored
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
one-on-one
yeah,
goal
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
we won 1-0.
Hmm.
That's the only way probably this City can be beat. This City team can be beaten, and that
Hmm.
those are probably the two games that comes to my mind.
Hmm.
If they watch 90 minutes of that, because Arsenal or Liverpool didn't do anything that entire game. I don't
Yeah.
think they actually. I mean, we were good. We had the chances. I remember that Liverpool game very vividly, but it was just that one ball,
One
the
attempt,
one
yeah.
attempt, that guy turned I think Laporte or
Yeah,
who-
someone of them. And
Cancelo,
City were at the
yeah.
top
Cancelo.
of their power at that time
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
and I thought we were not going to win at any cost. But it was the Anfield crowd and that one ball. I don't think anything else worked for us that game.
Yeah.
That's what you guys need to do tomorrow, maybe.
So I think that is a perfect segue to get into our next game.
Liverpool.
Yeah, it is Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest. That's the next game we'll be focusing on.
Your time to shine.
And I think there's only one person we can start off speaking Liverpool about and to whatever.
Sell VVD.
What did you make of the game against Everton, Riku?
We were horrible.
Yeah,
I would say.
it was a pretty unlikely
Lucky
Liverpool.
win for Liverpool.
Dude,
No,
I
it
mean-
was not lucky.
No, it wasn't
but-
lucky. Come on. I mean,
Yeah, like they
what-
dominated the game, but they didn't
we didn't do
Create
anything the
chances.
entire
create
game.
much.
And
Yeah,
I'm sorry if you're waiting for Harvey Elliott to show up from the bench and then you start.
If not for the penalty, it was a 0-0 draw.
Yeah. If not for the penalty, I don't, and even if not for the, probably if they hadn't gotten red carded, maybe Everton would have actually pressed on us and probably gotten
I-
a lucky goal, right?
I feel like if they hadn't got a red card, they would have conceded on the counter quicker. Because
Yeah,
Liverpool,
Oh, yeah.
because
That would have been a possibility.
yeah, because Everton, the way they were pressing so high.
The first half.
Yeah, exactly.
first half, yeah.
Before the red card,
Yeah.
and every time Everton got a corner, Liverpool were up at the other end in like 10 seconds.
I think that's their game. I think that's what probably
Well,
that's what
it was risky, and they were running that risk, and I don't think they would have
they
lasted
do
the
that
entire
every
90.
game.
They would,
And
exactly, and
yeah.
they lose those games.
Yeah, we lose those games. So I mean,
No,
Everton loses those games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
it's easy for Liverpool, man. They just drop points and they say, "हमें replay चाहिए."
कहाँ पे तू league
So
में?
it's just a Klopp thing.
Where are you on the table? Sorry.
no, but can I ask you what's your take on the replay thing?
Let's go.
Seriously, like I just
Let's
want to
go.
know what's your take on
No,
the
I mean,
replay thing.
See, I mean, I'm a very, like personally, I don't believe these
Because
things.
like a lot of people are saying that fans are exaggerating, but Jamie Carragher's actually doing it.
Oh, he's an
Like
idiot.
I know maybe he's
Sorry,
doing
he's an
it
idiot.
for
Hey, he's doing
maybe
it for
the ratings,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
deep down I still feel he just feels that way. I don't know.
Probably, I think a lot of Liverpool fans too. A lot of us are deluded. I am deluded at times.
No, I'm
But
not
then
saying what's happened to you is right. That was horrendous from VAR, but a lot of teams have
you
faced
can't
that.
have a replay. It's not. It's. I mean, it's football. It's,
Yeah.
it's a sport.
It's
Yeah.
done.
There in professional any sports there are going to be errors, right?
Hmm.
You have to live with it. And
Yeah.
obviously there's a scope of vast improvement in the entire process of VAR, and
Hmm.
that's a different topic. I think we've already spoken about
Little
it
bit, yeah.
in the season review. But like, there's so much to like learn from it, though. But I don't think there's nothing to be done about it. You can't replay a game. Sorry, then there are so many other games of so many other sports that we can talk about that probably we should have replayed. So maybe that doesn't work for me. But if we talk about Liverpool last game, we were shit, to be very honest. And we have not been doing well, except probably a couple of games. Maybe, and I'm not talking about the comeback wins and all, because that's not, I mean, we were very lucky, Newcastle. We were very lucky. If Nunes hadn't come on and then, because the problem with Liverpool right now, again, there's no workhorse other than Szoboszlai in that midfield. I mean, nobody's creating anything.
Considering like that's what I said. Considering when you look at that prime midfield,
Hmm.
you look at the likes of Wijnaldum,
Yeah.
Henderson,
Yeah.
and who was the other guy? Wijnaldum,
Fabinho.
Henderson, and Fabinho.
Fabinho.
Yeah.
Those guys ran their asses off, right?
No,
in
even
midfield.
these guys are
And-
doing it.
No,
the
but
problem is
Yeah.
what happens in the next build-up, right? So, for example, you win the ball. There's nothing to be done after winning the ball. Wijnaldum, Henderson, Fabinho, their instinct was to give that through to Bobby or Sadio on the left, or maybe Salah, and those things were working.
Hmm.
Today, Diego Jota is not so fast. I mean, on the
He's lost a yard.
yeah. So there's a drop in pace over there. We don't
Even Salah.
even Salah. I mean, Salah needs somebody like a Bobby Firmino to actually come back in that V so that he can cut in and then he can make that run and score a goal, right? That's missing because Gakpo doesn't do that too often. We don't. So Nunes is very direct. I mean, he'll take the ball and he'll bloody shoot, whatever. Luis Diaz, right? Luis Diaz is somebody who likes to hold the ball as much as possible, and then he will cut in, take that. He's a very Salah-like player, right? But he's not what Salah needs to complement him is like a, probably I'm very biased, but like Sadio or a Bobby kind of a player. Right now, the only issue, biggest issue with Liverpool is that we don't have somebody to complement Soboslai. McAllister is too consumed with the roles and the responsibilities that he has been given, because it's a vast gap to fill in with Fabinho leaving, and like we don't really have a holding line right now.
Yeah.
Because if you are exposed, once McAllister gets beaten, you only have the back three I would say, of Konate, VVD and Robbo, because Trent is somewhere, I don't
He
know.
can't defend.
Yeah.
He's not a defender.
No, he's a defender.
He's
Sorry,
a defender.
He can't
and
defend, but
He
Can
can
you-
defend.
he is a good defender.
sure, why not?
But the problem with, and I don't like the idea of Klopp playing him in the midfield, because I felt he was much more effective on the far right. He was probably enabling Salah.
It in fact gives them more space and
Yeah.
it makes him look more bad.
Right
is
now,
what I feel.
Right now, Konate has to do a double shift, and that's
Exactly.
taking a toll on him. And that's probably what is making him make more errors, which we saw in the Everton game. And that's why you have to get Matip in, and then we have Gomez filling in. It's not helping. I think there's so much more
Konate
to do.
errors where he should have gotten a red card. He didn't get a
Yeah,
red card.
yeah,
That
he
was
should
right.
have-
Yeah,
Agreed. He should have gotten a
Yeah,
red
yeah,
card.
thanks,
There's no
thanks.
doubt about it, because if you're tackling, and I was watching the game with my brother, and he's like, "No, you can't get a red card." I'm like, no, it's a clear red. He's stopping an attack over there, and like I don't see, there's complete bias over there.
भाई तो गले मिल यार.
हाँ,
तू गले मिल.
Like we have two Chelsea fans defending Liverpool, and we have the Liverpool
No,
fan who's
but
saying that's
no, the thing is exactly. I'll quickly say this because we're running out of time on that. The thing is not whether it was soft or whether it was a hard challenge. The thing that only disturbed me was the counter attack was stopped. For me, it's not a foul as well.
yeah.
But I'm just trying to see through the referee's eyes.
Yeah,
Right? Like
I get your point. Let
Yeah.
me ask you this: would you like for that to be a talking point? Like, if you give a second yellow for that, would you like for that to be a talking point again?
Why not? It's
yeah,
it's in
absolutely.
the rules
we can,
of the game.
We can speak about that
Yeah,
later
it's
on.
in the rules
It's
of the
about the precedent.
Maybe in a next
When you-
episode,
if
we
it's a
in a
foul
further
if it's
special
a foul
episode.
for stopping a counter attack, it's a yellow. That is the precedent that's been set for
Nahin,
years.
see, precedent is
Because
not
see,
about.
the,
No,
what I
I'm-
want to ask you, in
I'm-
the penalty box, if an attacker is fouled, right? If the defender 2-foots him, it's still a penalty, right? If the defender just clips him, it's still a penalty.
Still a penalty.
But here, like, that's neither. He's put his
You're
arm in
blocking
front.
an attack, bro.
What's
If
the
it's
reason?
a
counter
He's
attack.
put his arm in front.
Yeah.
He's pulled it away inside 1 second. There is hardly any contact. It's a foul that's been
yeah,
bought.
but that's what I'm saying. It's been bought. So that's what I'm saying. The referee has
I
blown
think-
his whistle.
No,
na?
I think y'all would have been up in arms if it was your player and they got a red card for
Woo!
that. I am
Shots
100
No,
fired.
I'm
It
not
is. I'm 100% sure.
but I'm not.
Aag lagi hai
I
basti
am
mein.
not talking
It's-
about
no,
the
this-
decision.
this-
You're not getting me, Aditya. I'm
I
not talking about the
understand.
decision.
I understand.
I'm,
what
Barf,
you're
I'm
barf.
talking about the referee blowing his whistle.
Yes.
Blow
That's
it.
my only point.
Yeah. If he's not, like, if he's blown his whistle, he stopped the counter attack. Fine.
Yeah.
I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
But I feel like overall, the fact that he's not sent him off for that is a good thing, because it wasn't a foul in the first place.
But exactly, I'm not debating. I'm
Appu,
not debating
even
that.
I'm not saying it wasn't a foul. It
Y'all
wasn't
are
a foul.
saying
If it
if he's
wasn't
blown
It
the
wasn't a
whistle,
foul,
it's
but
a
give him a card.
Yeah, that's my point.
Woo!
That's my point. You're
Or-
saying it wasn't. You're saying it's not
or
a
you
foul.
just reverse it. Now, if you think that's not a foul, you reverse it because
you start with the drop ball. You
I
do
think
something.
I think he should have done that.
Let's do a replay, guys.
No,
my
like,
only
so,
point is,
yeah.
if it's a foul, it's a yellow.
It wasn't a foul. You saw
But
it.
if he's blown the whistle for a foul, which is stopping a counter attack, it's a
that's
yellow.
as per the book.
I
that's
think we should do
yellow,
a
no?
replay, guys.
I don't.
Classic
You wish.
Liverpool fan.
Anyway, we can go. We're running out of time. We can talk a lot. Maybe we will talk about this in a special episode. But Raghav, I'll come to you. You think Forest can stop Liverpool at Anfield,
Nah. At Anfield, impossible.
considering what Luton did to them as well at home?
Impossible.
No.
Not a chance.
So
Salah
Liver-
अकेला ही काफी है.
Liverpool to
Liverpool, they won't
your
thrash them.
prediction?
I would say a 3-0. 3-0 Liverpool.
3-0 Liverpool. Aditya,
3-0 Liverpool.
Yeah.
your prediction for the game? And do you think Forest can stop them?
No, I don't think Forest can stop them. It's 3-1.
3-1
We're
Liverpool.
gonna concede.
Yeah.
Audi.
I mean, they can
Cute.
get one.
Sorry.
They can get one.
Sure.
Okay. Riku,
Sure.
quickly, how good has Salah been, and your score prediction for the game?
For me, I've been very frustrated with him. Although he's gotten this goals, assists. I was reading something like 60-70% of his goals were pens this season. But again, I mean, that's the kind of threat the guy has. He will always have the threat. But recently, I would say his passing has probably dropped a bit. His over reliance on him dribbling the ball and beating that left back sitting over there, who's just waiting for him to cut it in, right? His ability to dribble past defenders probably has gone down.
Yeah, but he's changed his game. Where would Liverpool be without Salah?
Yeah, see, that's a different meta
Imagine,
question.
no, but he was so close to getting his move to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, so it's a I am not debating that at all, because for me Salah is still the only ray of hope I have in
Yeah.
Liverpool. I mean, there's no doubt about it,
You're just being a little more critical of him.
because his
The
potential
standards are very
is,
high.
yeah, his standards, man. I mean,
Yeah.
the guy is scoring 20 goals and assists every season since whatever, like 2017. It's been 6 years, and the guy has not dropped his standards. This season, he's not getting the backing from the midfield. A lot of the team going forward depends on him. That what he's doing with the ball, he will give you like 1 out of 10. One of those balls will be like crazy. I mean, you just can't stop that ball or just can't stop that goal. But I'm worried about those 9 attempts which he's taking, but unfortunately it's not like giving anything fruitful. And earlier that ratio probably would have been like a 6 on 10 or a 7 on 10. Now it's like a 1 or 2 on 10, which is quite a drop for his standards, and that's what is worrying. But I think predictions, I think maybe 3-0, 3 or 4-0 if they are on, because it's Anfield. Or do we have a early kickoff?
No, it's not.
Oh,
an early kickoff.
7:30. I
Yeah,
think.
it's a later.
हाँ तो ठीक है, मतलब खाना वाना.
I think y'all are playing on Sunday, if I'm not wrong.
हाँ, खाना पीना
Europa
करके
League, bro. Y'all are playing on Sunday.
Thanks.
I was not a dick. I just remembered
Yeah,
that if
yeah.
Liverpool are playing Thursday, then they can't
Yeah,
play
that's
Saturday. They are
Saturday,
playing
yeah.
Sunday.
Damn, son.
Cool.
Nah, it could be, but it was
What
not.
are
At least
you
we're
all
not.
laughing
At least
about?
we're not bottom of the table in Champions League. Are you guys bottom?
No,
of
we're
the
No,
not.
we're not.
We're
Shit,
not.
damn it.
We
Thanks-
are
damn
not.
it. Thanks
We
for that
are
last penalty
not.
save.
Are Chelsea bottom of the league?
Chelsea are
what?
Bottom of the table. Sorry, in Champions League.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So yeah,
You're not
my
even in the Champions League.
my quick prediction is also a 3-0 Liverpool win. Salah in my team,
Salah hat trick.
captaining him
Woo.
this time. Made a mistake last week, but
I'm captaining Madison,
and,
guys.
and this guy said that don't captain Son. I did that, got 28 points.
yeah,
Nice,
chodo
guys.
yaar. We'll move on to the next game. We'll go to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are getting
Let's
really
go,
good
go,
segues.
go,
Michael Jackson.
We are getting good segues
Yeah.
this episode. We'll start with Raghav over here. Chelsea were pretty impressive in the first half against Arsenal. What do you think they got right in that first half?
Sure. Chelsea getting things right this season. Sure. How do you feel, bro?
What did they get right?
इसको cut करो रे.
तू बोल ना रे.
So, I think they contained Arsenal pretty well. Martinelli and Saka were not as influential as I thought they would be, or as Arsenal need them to be, because their attack is basically Martinelli, Saka showing their magic and doing their tricks and stuff.
Yeah, don't forget Odegaard as well.
Odegaard is that supporting guy. He provides the balls. He's the guy who they showed, and I think their defense was pretty good, and their midfield Gallagher played really well that day. I mean, even Apu.
Who's that curly haired guy? Cuckoo something.
Cucurella.
Cuckoo. He was
The
good. He
Tarzan.
was damn good.
Cucurella
yeah.
was good. Yeah.
Kukurea was really
Are you
good.
even a football fan?
I don't know. Football is
yeah.
dead. Let's all watch Cricket World
Uh,
Cup.
He was really good.
So like Raghav said, Aditya, Caicedo, Enzo, Gallagher.
Yeah.
Their midfield was pretty good in the
Seems
first
to be
half.
clicking.
It seems to be. I think that's the
Is
right
Enzo
combination.
overrated,
Yeah,
guys?
right
Or is
now.
he like...
No.
He's
I
not
don't know.
overrated, man. Come
He
on.
is overrated,
No.
guys.
He's a World Cup winner.
हाँ तो वो तो मतलब
Why do you
मेसी
think-
भी है बैलोन डे और दे दूं मैं उसको.
दे रहे हैं.
दे रहे हैं भाई. Why do you
F
think he's
Haaland.
overrated, Rico?
He's the
does
better.
nothing, I
He's the
mean-
better of the
क्योंकि
two.
उसको बोलने का था.
I
उस पे 2 मिनट से कैमरा नहीं आया तो बोल
mean,
दिया.
I feel Enzo should be more forward going in that team. I feel what he was doing in Argentina. I think that was one of the key points why Argentina was so threatening, even though Messi was just chilling and hanging around.
Yeah,
in the
but
park.
then Argentina had those players behind him. Chelsea don't.
They played.
Chelsea don't
That's
have.
like sad, bro.
No, that's not. It's just a, it is
Caicedo was
just a
only
system.
Caicedo's there.
120
And-
million. कितना दिया था?
115.
हाँ 115.
We beat y'all to him, and y'all
Enzo
were
Doesn't
also
matter.
115.
y'all were also trying.
Fourth
to,
on the table, boys.
Enzo 120 था वैसे.
हाँ 120 हाँ. For that hairstyle.
Was-
भाई मेरा wax उससे better काम
Enzo
करता है.
120.
was
Enzo 120.
Caicedo's more
Caicedo
expensive.
Huh?
No, Enzo was 120.
Enzo
No,
was
but then
120.
wasn't Caicedo more expensive?
No.
No, Caicedo was
Caicedo
115.
115, I
na?
think.
I think Caicedo is the
I think with add-ons, I think
transfer
add-ons
record.
are 125 है. But I think the
Anyway, they're both
तू
expensive.
balance sheet check किया क्या
Yeah,
Chelsea का?
They're
नहीं भाई 40 प्लेयर का
yeah,
ट्रांसफर
but that midfield does seem to be working for us. It's clicking. It's going well. I don't know where Nkunku fits into this side now, to be
Doesn't.
Enku.
honest.
Cute. Jackson.
So Brentford, you guys are facing Brentford.
Yeah.
They've had 2 good visits to Stamford Bridge.
Yes, they
they've
have.
won both their games
Yeah.
in the last 2 seasons at the Bridge. You worried of Brentford a little bit,
No.
or you think you guys are?
It's so sad. It's so sad.
So or you go in confident after a really long time. No?
I guess playing home or away.
Yeah.
Home.
It's yeah.
If he says
I
he's
think we'll be
worried.
comfortable. I think we'll be comfortable. I don't think we played badly at all.
Comfortable in a 0-0 draw.
Which game did we draw 0-0?
Sorry?
Which game did we draw 0-0? We should have beaten y'all in the first.
Yeah, we were shit. See, I'm
Y'all still
accepting.
are shit, by the way.
Say that you are shit.
No, we haven't been actually.
Okay.
You don't watch the games. You don't get to say.
Did you just concede 2 goals in against Arsenal or did I?
Neither of us did.
Arsenal are title contenders,
guys-
by the way.
But Chelsea did no.
yeah,
Chelsea
but
did.
yeah, we did.
What?
No,
Ah.
did I?
Did I mean? Oh. You're getting personal here,
Oh
bro.
my God.
Oh.
Plus
Personal.
one personal क्यों हो रहा है बे?
Personal क्यों हो रहा है बे, Sean?
Yeah, I'm not worried about this one. We should obviously we have to finish off chances better. That's the only issue.
Raghav, Tony got banned last season for his
Tony
betting, for his betting whatever shenanigans he did. But Mbumo and Visa have stepped
Yeah.
up. They've done
Big
pretty
time. Big time.
well. You think they are the obvious threats to Chelsea
Of course, yeah.
in this game?
Of course. Yeah, Mbumu has just taken up that role of being the main man for them.
Same.
He was
Mbumo again.
obviously, but Tony was in the limelight. Now Mbumu is in the limelight
Cute.
because Tony was that guy. He was on penalty duty. He was the guy that Ivan Tony is a
Everything
really
went
good player.
through him. Yeah.
Everything went through him, but Mbumu did his job quietly. But now he's doing the same job in the limelight. It's not affected his game. Mbumu is playing the same way that he did last season, and ever since Brentford have come up, and it's not changed.
एक
That-
over
that's
Mbumu
something I
बोल-
like about Mbumu. The limelight hasn't changed his game.
And with that, your prediction for the game?
Mbumu बोलना एक बार.
Mbumu.
Cute.
Boom boom. Your prediction?
I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw.
A 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw. I think that Brentford midfield is also our Thomas Frank side is a really well drilled side. They're
They
not
can
gonna-
turn up on
they
their
can
day.
turn up on their day,
Yeah.
and they can. There's the work rate of their entire midfield is just incredible. They work their asses off. I think it's not going to be that easy for Chelsea, considering they're just starting clicking. They've started clicking. Not
One
no
game.
worries, but they have. It's just been one game,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think the Brentford will be good enough for a draw.
Actually, 3 games, but yeah.
They're good enough for a draw. I think it'll be a 1-1 draw.
Aditya, your prediction?
2-0 Chelsea.
The Chelsea bias is tingling.
Cool.
Cool.
Cute.
Okay.
तू बोल रहे makeup kit?
Mega
Cool.
quit.
Makeup kit.
अच्छा makeup kit अच्छा.
Your
क्या?
prediction for the game?
Probably like 0-0 because I don't see Chelsea scoring. They're
You
so
don't see
bad.
Chelsea scoring.
Yeah.
He doesn't see Brentford scoring as well. Wow.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, come on. Why would Brentford?
We've scored more goals than y'all have in the Premier League. We've
attack.
conceded.
Attack.
We've conceded less goals than y'all have in the Premier League. Y'all
But
can
क्या
Still,
let's
you're below
pipe
us in the
down.
Premier League table.
Y'all can pipe down a bit. We've been very unlucky. Y'all have been pathetic. So y'all can pipe down a bit.
fan लगा और fan.
And we'll see after this weekend.
Whoa.
I'll see you on 7
shots.
December.
Wait,
Yeah.
but
December को क्या
after
है?
this weekend,
six.
they'll
Oh,
still
अच्छा.
not be above us, no?
No, you're 3
Even if we
points.
lose.
Yeah. Even
No.
if we lose.
Y'all are 3 points
goal
ahead.
difference. Yeah, goal
Oh,
difference.
Y'all are
goal
3
difference.
points
Goal difference.
ahead.
Okay.
If y'all lose and we win, we're ahead.
I feel as well that it's not going to be an easy game for Chelsea. Maybe Brentford would turn up, but it's a very difficult game to predict, but I'll also go with a 2-1 Chelsea win. I feel they are clicking a little bit, and not having Europe for them is like a very
big plus, big plus.
plus for them.
Are we not
because
going to laugh on that?
They
It's like-
in all banter
especially for,
they get more time to work on the
especially
training
for
ground.
Because
Pochettino.
they
So,
need it.
yeah.
They
So I
practice
think
the
I
same.
think Chelsea they have enough time to recuperate and then go again.
Yeah.
So I think Chelsea will just edge this game, but I do feel that Brentford will make it tough for you guys.
Yeah.
We'll quickly move on to the fourth game. It's Arsenal versus Sheffield United. I'll start with you, Riku. You made a claim on the group the last time.
Yeah.
I think Chelsea were playing.
Yeah, and
Chelsea were playing Arsenal. Yeah.
yeah.
And then you said these guys are not getting anywhere, and
Yeah.
you don't see them finishing.
And I'm sorry that I don't know how.
You don't
that-
understand the Arsenal hype.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
I still don't get it. I mean, they've been performing well. They're still unbeaten. They've been doing really well since last season. It's okay. I mean, things are clicking. It's probably like a honeymoon phase for them. And the issue with them is that mentality. They don't know how to win.
But don't you think that's unfair considering people are on the bandwagon of Tottenham after just 5 games,
and they're also
and
deluded.
Arsenal come into this game
They are
like,
also deluded.
they come into
No.
this
Sorry, I mean,
finishing second last season and pushing City to the brink.
so Spurs, they haven't played a big game probably other than Chelsea and Liverpool.
They've played
We
United. They've beaten
we
United.
haven't
I
played.
mean,
Spurs.
They beat us. Start of the season.
ठीक
We
है,
haven't
but
played.
Chelsea. Oh, you haven't played.
We
Sorry,
haven't
I
played
meant
Spurs.
United.
Spurs
and
are
Liverpool.
yet to play. They played. The Liverpool one was dodgy.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that was dodgy.
We're going off topic here. We're talking about
No, no,
Spurs.
No, I'm just
See-
saying we're talking. Yeah, but still, like.
I'm talking
I
about the
know,
hype, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, the hype.
the issue is
Arsenal, yeah.
the issue for me is that with Arsenal, and sorry Raghu, but like I mean they are doing well when Martinelli, Saka, Gabriel Jesus, Odegaard, they're all on song. That won't happen every day. That's the and prime example, the City game. That was a deflected goal. Okay, they were not playing well. The entire game they just defended their
First
asses
half,
off.
they were not
Yeah.
in the game at all.
They see that's the
They
problem.
got the goal out of nothing.
If exactly they didn't win
It's
the
like
game.
Chelsea just said, "Bhai, aa jao game mein wapas."
Exactly.
They were like, come.
The
No.
Chelsea game, the City game also. I mean, the City game was just a lucky goal going in. And
No, I think against City they were impressive, Rico. Like
mean,
they
defensively,
to go
yes.
toe to toe with
relatively
City.
defensively, yes, right?
Even in the counter press, they were really
no,
good.
but like that's what you have to do. No, you just spoke
Against
about.
a team like City, like you
I
said in the Manchester Derby debate, not debate, the segment.
yeah.
Like the only way you can beat a City team like that is by playing the way Arsenal did and Liverpool did last season.
So there have been no. I'm not talking about. See, we are not playing well. Liverpool is not playing well. They aren't. Nobody's hyping them up too much. Oh, exaggerating. Apparently, Arsenal is playing well, and if you're playing well, you just can't be having those one-off goal wins, right?
No, but
For me,
the point is, you said just now that Arsenal don't have the mentality, but I'd say that was last season. This season
there is a
they've-
change. There's
they've
something
they've
different
ground
about
out a
them.
result against City, and they've come from 2-0. Admittedly,
However they
they've-
did. Yeah.
exactly.
I
They've come
wouldn't
back
say-
from 2-0 down in the last 30
The Arsenal
minutes.
of early, I wouldn't see Arsenal finding their way
back into
back
these
into
games.
the game
Exactly.
because Arsenal had those games, and that's where the game changers like Declan Rice,
see,
who is
don't get me wrong.
done
See, I mean,
so-
they've been so good. They've been damn good, no doubt. United game. I wouldn't expect an Arsenal team couple of years back to like score a 90 plus 5-minute winner and like celebrating. their
Declan
asses.
Rice again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he's been influential, to be very honest. But are they title contenders, and are they going to be like going toe to toe with City? I don't think so.
So who do you
Because
think goes toe to toe with City?
nobody.
You think
It's-
City
it's
wins
gonna-
it
yeah, it's gonna be
outright?
Yeah.
I don't think City are going to
There's
win this outright.
Wait till December. We are way too early in the season to actually comment on that, to be honest. Wait till December. City is going to run away with this again because there is no serious competition except probably like if Liverpool can keep consistency in their rhythm. I mean, probably, yeah. If Arsenal is going to compete with them, City, then it's going to be like a miracle for that. I'm not going to say that Spurs is going to go toe to toe. They're not going to go. They are going to falter because they don't really have
The depth in
Yeah,
their
the depth in the
Because
squad,
if
right?
Son is injured, what do they do?
one of them
If
goes off.
Madison is gone, what
Madison
do they
gaya
do?
to kya hoga? Matlab, it's like
Yeah.
they're going to be dead. I mean, they don't have any creators in that midfield other than probably a couple of them. But the point is, see, I mean, I'm going to draw a lot of parallels with Liverpool in the conversation. But I feel that why Liverpool went toe-to-toe for those couple of seasons against City and then won the league is probably because of that Champions League win, which was, in my head, that was kind of a fluke because they defeated Barcelona 4-0 and probably that wasn't I wasn't expecting that. We won the Champions League. We got to know how to win, right? Before that, we were winning games. We were scoring like 4. We had a
But you're saying until and unless you win it, that
that's the
but
kind of
don't you
missing.
think that could be this could be the season for them to do it?
I hope it does
Because
it is.
last season they didn't have that ability, say if Martinelli is not doing well, to get on a Trossard and then to change the game,
Yeah.
you know, or to get on Havertz
Yeah.
if Odegaard is not working or
Yeah.
if one of the midfield personnel is not working. So
Yeah.
they have the depth.
My concern with Arsenal is that they're not finishing off games which they should. And comfortably finishing off games. Maybe like a Chelsea game, right? Chelsea are like probably 4th.
Yeah, but then we are saying that with City as well. Oh, it's just City. They've started. I know City have done it 3-4 times.
That's why we are saying that it's
But
the City, right?
Yeah.
Arsenal, they haven't done it yet. That's the problem with
But
Arsenal.
so did Liverpool that season.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's
I know
something-
y'all won the Champions League and then y'all won the Premier League. Yeah.
And that's the subsequent season. We just knew how to probably like wiggle out wins.
But I also think winning a knockout competition has nothing to do with winning a league. I think they are totally two different
it
things.
impacts the mentality a lot because
But Arsenal have won FA Cups, Riku. They've
so
won
doesn't
FA
matter.
Cups.
FA Cup, Carling Cup, it doesn't
Knockout
matter.
stage, winning a knockout competition, as many say, is more easier than winning a league.
I hope Arteta is focusing on the Champions League this season.
I think they have a shot.
They have a shot at it because like you wouldn't have like
Who's
Sorry.
playing well in the Champions League right now? I don't think anyone.
I don't think
nobody's
anyone.
playing
No one really-
outrightly well at
exactly.
this
Yeah.
point in the Champions League, which is the reason why I would say that Arsenal have a shot at the Champions League this season. If
Yeah.
they focus on that, even if they wither off in the Premier League, maybe like a 3rd or 4th, like mid-Jan or something, they should 100% focus on Champions League because that's the stepping stone to probably next season. Like
Or even maybe they've already won an FA Cup to be sure. But yeah, I think a Champions League will
Champions League really
bear
affects
more
the
weight. I think
mentality.
we'll have to wrap up a little
Yep.
bit. Sheffield United, you think they have any chance? They were quite okay-ish against United. But
They
I
weren't
think
okay-ish. We were bad. So
Yeah.
I think they're one of the
this
worst
game
teams,
at the Emirates, I think it could be a
Emirates-
long night for them.
Emirates, this Arsenal side, I don't think they stand a chance. Martinelli and Saka are going to run riot.
How many goals are Arsenal going to score?
5-0?
5-0 Arsenal.
5-0 Arsenal.
Aditya, what do you make of the game and the prediction quickly?
I think that'll be. I don't think it'll be. Well, it could be. It's like like they might just park the bus and then Arsenal will struggle to break them down. I feel that's what's going to happen a bit more. Final. I'm not saying it's out of the question because that's very much possible. But I'll go a bit more modest. I'll say what 2-0.
Riku?
Couple of goals. One Martinelli, one Saka, maybe one Odegaard or something like that. Martinelli scored yesterday, right?
No. Chelsea game.
No.
Yesterday, the Champions League.
Yesterday,
Yesterday,
yeah.
Jesus scored one, and Martinelli scored one.
He
yes.
scored one.
Yes.
So I think probably Martinelli
Gabbies.
should be showing up now.
Hmm.
But I think the entire season he hasn't.
The Gabby boys showed up.
He ate up a lot of my FPL.
It was a pretty impressive win against Sevilla. It's not an easy place to
Yeah.
go and
Yeah.
For sure.
win.
See, they're doing well. No
Again,
doubt.
grinding out
And they
results.
Yeah.
Sevilla had came back into the game. They won it 2-1, not 2-0.
Yeah.
And Sevilla has been hard defensively
Hmm.
for a lot of teams. What I've been reading up, but like Arsenal, I feel couple of goals maybe. But given the example of the Chelsea game, if you score up front, couple of goals or even a one goal.
But it's at the Emirates, so
Emirates this season has been crazy. If it was away, I would probably think about it. And that's where the gap is probably. Arteta needs to bolster his team in the away games, rile them up a bit. Because they have been kind of shadowed in the early stages of away games.
away record is not been that bad.
Not
Actually,
been that
they've
bad.
lost more points at home.
Have they?
Yeah, if you see last season, two teams beat them at home. Brighton beat them at home. City beat them at home,
Oh.
and Southampton
they
drew at home
3-all.
with them.
3-all, no? 2-all.
So
3-all.
actually,
Yeah,
they
they scored
dropped
very early.
their games, their performances dropped at home rather than away. Away
And I
they do
think-
quite well actually.
What I can remember is that they've had pretty close games at home. So
Yeah.
that's also a sign. But I mean, the Emirates crowd is always back. And they have been doing that really well since last season.
Yeah.
And
With Arteta like really shining like to the fullest capacity right now. But the question is, where do they go from here? I feel that really they should focus on Champions League. If they don't, there's a possible chance of them not winning anything this season again, which I don't want this Arsenal team to face again. Because once you face it, like you face it twice, it's now really shattering you. So you would rather win something than win nothing at all. And FA Cup, Carling Cup, I don't think it really, Carabao Cup, it doesn't really matter. I mean, last season we also, so United won it. The season before that we won double. I mean, both the domestic cups. It didn't help us in any way. I mean, probably the Champions League has more gravitas. And if you're focusing probably in December, Jan, once the winter break is done and everything, Arteta should go and win this Champions League. If he does, then they're seriously challenging City next season because they'll attract players as well. So probably like a competition to Gabriel Jesus, somebody. I think Havertz needs to go. I don't know what he's doing in that team. I mean,
आके 3 महीने भी नहीं हुए बेचारे को.
नहीं यार, मतलब like he's not fitting into the system. I would say Jesus really does well in that system, but that guy needs to go to Germany or somewhere. I don't know, probably France or.
So you said 2-0 Arsenal win?
Yeah, 2-0.
No, Forest won't score.
Forest?
Forest nahi.
Sheffield.
Sheffield, sorry.
Yeah, I don't see them scoring at all. No
You
way.
don't see
It's
them
Emirates and but we didn't talk about Raya Ramsdale.
Yeah, I think we'll do it on Sunday.
We'll do it, yeah.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
have a lot of
We have a lot of
Yeah.
content coming up,
Yeah,
so yeah, we'll definitely touch on the 2 goalkeeper, like Aditya was saying. We'll touch on the 2
That's a
goalkeeper
massive
situation.
debate right now.
We'll definitely on Sunday we'll touch on that. My prediction for the game would be, I think Arsenal will bulldoze Sheffield United. I think it could be 3, 4, 5, whatever. But I don't see a scoreline below 3-0. So I think it's going to be a big win for Arsenal. It's time to also start getting Arsenal assets back into your FPL teams. Just a tip. Because they are getting a good fixture run.
Yeah.
There's a fixture swing for
The
Arsenal.
last tip almost cost me 14 points.
Yeah, that was a fluke, but okay. Anyway.
Oh, really?
You could have kept Salah, you would have got more points.
Really?
but Anyway,
4 points extra, that's it.
If you captain him, it's 8 points.
No.
The
32
math is
points.
not
He got
mathing.
22 points with captain.
Yeah,
He got
like
28 points with son captain.
And Salah
got
was 30.
Salah
Salah
got
was
2
32
points
captain.
more basically.
2 points
2
more.
points
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay, we'll see in the long run which asset works out for you.
Brokeback Mountain is on 8th.
But yeah, we'll see. The season is not over yet, but we'll come to it.
मैं
in
11 से
December.
comeback का ऊपर रख रहा है क्या 8 get ये
The point difference between us is not that too much.
Yeah, true,
so
true,
yeah,
I should tone down.
yeah.
I just
Anyway,
need to tone
we'll
down.
move on to the next games, to the rest of the games quickly. Quick predictions: Palace versus Spurs.
Palace.
Spurs win.
अच्छा.
Spurs win 2-0. 2-0 Spurs win.
Quick predictions: Palace Spurs.
3-1 Spurs.
Maybe 3-1 Spurs. Yeah.
Copycat.
2-0 Spurs win for me.
Are they playing on Saturday?
Friday night.
Oh,
Friday night. It's the first
It's the first game of the week.
game of the week.
In do they have Spurs doesn't have any?
No,
no
Europe.
no Europe,
No
yeah.
Europe.
Oh.
No Europe.
So what was it?
Yeah, probably like a 3-1.
3-1 win. Rico again. A game to see which team is more shittier than each. It's Bournemouth versus Burnley. Your prediction, quick prediction
I
for
mean,
that game.
Maybe Burnley. I don't know. Bournemouth is playing at home.
Home.
Then maybe Bournemouth. See, it's such a shitty game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but like
Just
2-0 Bournemouth
2-0
or
Bournemouth.
2-1 Bournemouth.
I know where you're going with
Yeah.
this.
Of
2-1
course.
Burnley.
2-1 Burnley.
Of course.
Yeah.
Raghav.
I go for a 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw. Yeah, I think it could be a draw as well. I'll say 2-2 draw for me in this one. Raghav, Wolves versus Newcastle United.
Oof.
That's
Wolves
a
at
good
home?
game. Wolves at
Wolves
home.
at home. Molyneux.
Newcastle also playing Champions League.
And they
Midweek.
play today.
They
So
play today.
They are playing today, yeah.
I think they're playing on Saturday.
I'll go for a 2-2 draw.
For Newcastle to drop points.
Newcastle to drop points. Because Wolves at home and their recent form. they'll be
Newcastle just won 5-0 or something last
They beat
weekend.
4-0.
4-0.
Crystal Palace 4-0.
4-0.
Yeah.
Uh,
Even
Aditya?
after that.
Wolves Newcastle.
With no Almiron.
I think Newcastle might just edge this one. 2-1 Newcastle.
Rico.
3-4-0 again. They've
What?
been that good. They have been that good. Maybe.
If Wolves are not that bad.
I mean, they were not bad against us. They were not bad against City, for sure.
Yeah.
But Newcastle have
No,
been
they were
damn
poor
good.
against
I
us.
was so impressed against, the
It
last
is Palace.
The
game. I was
only
so
thing.
impressed against us. I mean, when they played against us.
What were you impressed about? They were so bad.
The first half, they're quite good.
They were okay for the first 10 till the red card.
I'm not talking about after the red card. I'm not talking about the goals that they conceded in the second half. They were horrible. Their tactics just went off. But I never expected Newcastle. See, what I like about that team is the jump. I mean, 2 seasons back they were playing relegation. Today they're playing Champions League and competing toe to toe against probably like a 6th, 7th place, and that's really good. I mean, against Brighton, you have competition for Newcastle. There's maybe a Chelsea, United, like competing for competing for 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, right?
Yeah.
That's the place you're going for right now, and Newcastle are doing quite well. People like Isaac, Wilson. I mean, Wilson, he goes on, off, whatever.
So you said 4-0. 3-0, 4-0.
Yeah, 4-0 final.
I think it will be I think Newcastle will just edge it, because for me, I think is they're playing midweek, number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2 is they have injury issues. So they don't have enough of depth to cover. And now Tonali is also banned for a year.
Who are they playing midweek?
They're playing AC Milan.
Oh, it's going to be tough.
No, they're playing
They're
Dortmund.
playing Dortmund. Sorry, they're playing Dortmund.
It's going to be tough then.
They're playing Dortmund at
Dortmund
home.
have been
No, I
terrible.
think they'll
At home.
Dortmund have
they'll
been
go
terrible.
past
They're
Dortmund
gonna
at
I
home.
thought they could travel.
They're gonna
So
win.
yeah, I think they'll win it, but they won't win it 3-4-0. I think there'll still be a little bit a drop off due to playing midweek. We'll move on to the next game. Raghav, quickly. West Ham versus Everton.
West Ham, Everton. West Ham win.
Scoreline.
West Ham win 2-1.
Aditya. West Ham, Everton.
1-1 draw.
You think Everton are taking something off West Ham?
Yeah, I think they were quite good against Liverpool in the first half before the red card. Just the way they were pressing, and
Sure. Cute.
So you said 1-1.
I said 1-1, and this is a very interesting stylistic because they play similar football.
Riku, your prediction? West Ham, Everton.
3-0. I mean,
3-0 West Ham.
yeah, Bowen, Antonio, they're going to...
Yeah, I think West
Antonio
Ham
has not scored in like 7
matter.
games.
West
He's
Ham
in
at
my
home.
FPL team.
I think West Ham at home also
That's
are
why
too
you're
good.
so far down.
Yeah, I think West Ham to
He's
win.
such a Basanio.
2-0.
Always
Kaun?
supporting Antonio.
किसकी बजानी है? क्या?
Only school guys got it.
Let's just move.
घर जाने का है, लोगों को इधर.
Let's move
People
on,
have to
please.
go home.
Yeah, please.
We are already in reserve.
Let's
So I think
ignore that and move on.
West Ham will win this game 2-0. I think this fixture, I think everyone has to be in agreement.
Unison.
Aston Villa versus Luton Town.
Luton Town. Yeah, no.
Go for Luton.
Seriously, come on, bro.
No, I'm looking at that end of the.
We'll come to him later.
Maybe 2-0? 2-0 Aston.
2-0 Aston Villa. They are also playing midweek conference league.
Conference League.
Yeah.
Still, I think it's Luton. I mean,
Luton.
And
And
it's
at
quite
Villa
sad,
Park.
yeah.
At
with
Villa
their
Park,
record.
4-0.
How have they not invested
4-0.
for a Premier League competition? I don't know. Do they really not have any backing? I mean, I haven't read up about them.
No,
Luton.
so
Yeah.
Anyway, special show.
we can.
Sunday का वो.
Raghav, Aston Villa, Luton Town.
3-0.
3-0.
Villa.
Yeah, I think it'll be 3-4-0 for Villa as well. And the final fixture of the game week, Raghav, I'll start with you again. Brighton, Fulham.
Brighton.
Pretty self-explanatory
3-1
as
Brighton.
well.
3-1 Brighton.
Aditya? Yeah, I know where this is going as well.
Fulham.
Cause
No, I don't know. It depends on how Fulham plays, but sure.
Ask Caicedo.
I'll go 3-1.
Back the feeder club. Back the feeder club.
Yeah.
No, but if Fulham like
फीडर क्लब को बैक नहीं करेगा तो प्लेयर्स कैसे मिलेंगे?
वो
नहीं,
इवेंट
नहीं,
फर्गसन
ब्राइटन सुन रहा है ये सब.
they're
अभी मिलर खरीदेगा.
they're asking for like 150 anyway, so like there's no. I think 3-1 Brighton.
Ferguson.
Yeah.
अच्छा.
तू prediction देना भाई.
Prediction.
3-0, 2-0.
Brighton.
It's
Riku,
gonna
why
be-
are you on this show?
Yes, that's the question
Why
I
is it-
ask
You're
every
not-
day.
This is not the last of him. Anyway,
gonna
I'll
ask-
also
Oh my god.
go for a 2-0 Brighton win.
Modest.
And yeah, we coming to the end of the show, and like you guys saw, we have lots more to discuss on, and we're planning to do a special show on Sunday as well. We'll be talking about the Ballon d'Or. Does Messi deserve to win it? And
He doesn't.
He does.
you're there on the show, right?
Yeah. Stay tuned for my beautiful
second,
face.
Second appearance, back-to-back quick appearances.
Oof.
Damn son.
Damn.
And
Cutes.
I think he's apparently in Team Messi's camp.
Of course.
Yeah.
So,
Of course he has to be.
that's the show, which is going to be a little bit more unscripted and more uncensored. So, what do you guys do?
Disclaimer for kids.
Subscribe to the channel and that notification ghanta, turn that on. And
Don't
yeah,
say
so,
Notification ghanta.
yeah, so we're coming to the end of the show. I think I've had enough
Ding
of
dong.
this, guys, and I'm pretty sleepy. It's been a long day. So do you guys know the usual casual drill? Subscribe,
Like,
Like,
share,
share.
save.
and follow our socials. They are all in the overlay on our fancy overlay on our
Oof,
YouTube
technical.
screen. Yeah, we've paid too much for it, so we
Can
have
we do
to
the beatboxing now?
No.
No.
I was prepping
Let's
for
wrap up, please. Cut
boots
the
and
show
cats
before we
and-
go. Peace.
Bye bye.
Bye, guys.